Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Ariel and I am here in this video to tell you today how I turned this couch from this to this for under $150. I got married in June of this year to my wonderful, amazing husband, and he had already been living in this house before we got married. So we decided this would be a smarter decision for me to move in, and I was really excited to start a new chapter of my life, but also excited because this is a house. It's a great house. I've never lived in a house before until now that I can call my own. So most of my life I've been living in apartments, and I never got to do DIYs that I wanted to do because most of them would have to be renter friendly. So I knew that this would be my very first time being able to kind of have a free mindset when it comes to doing DIYs, and I don't have to do renter friendly DIYs. And I was so excited about that. And one of the first things that I wanted to do to the house was redo the living room. I wanted to give the living room a makeover. I know there was nothing wrong with this living room. It was just really man-like. And I wanted to put a little touch on it, and he told me he would not mind, so this is what I did. Very first thing that we did together was we repainted the fireplace from a red brick to black, which is a very bold statement, and it looks wonderful. Around the fireplace there's a gold trim, and then the black against the gold trim, it looks so nice. But now that we have a black fireplace and black curtains, it kind of looks a little odd to have a tan or taupe couch, and I really wanted to change that, but I just didn't know how. I know I wanted a black couch, so the first thing I did was look up pricing for new black couches, and there were none that were within our price range. And if they were within our price range, they were the wrong material. I really had a certain fabric material for the couch that I had in mind, like a nice velvety type material. Then I started looking to see if I could find some used couches that did have what I wanted within our price range and had the fabric that I liked, but none of them did. So I figured out ways to kind of create my own black couch. So I was really big on YouTube looking up couch DIYs. Some people used drop cloths, some people used material they got from Joann. And I figured I wanted to go with the most inexpensive yet very nice looking and well put together DIY I could do, and I felt like I could accomplish myself at home. So I did try the drop cloth. I did everything, but clearly I did something wrong. I bought 100% cotton drop cloth. I even used dish soap when I tried to dye it. If you guys know about that process, it is a little bit of a messy process. Get the drop cloth, put it in a certain amount of hot water with some dish soap and RIT dye. Dye it for a couple times, and then figure out a way to rinse out that dye. You can put it in your washing machine if you have an open top washing machine versus the front load washing machine, and give it a go. I did all of that. Clearly, I just was not getting the ratios right because I kept turning out with gray drop cloth. Do not recommend unless you're really good with your ratios and have patience. For me, I did not. So my next step was to measure out every piece of the couch from side to side, up and down, circumference, all that good stuff, and go to Joann and see if I could find some fabric that would cover my entire couch that I liked, that was within my price range. I found one. I found a really nice fabric. Got to the register to get a price check, and they told me the cost was pretty much the cost of a really, really well-kept used couch. And I said, this is ridiculous. I might as well just go out and buy the new, somewhat used couch for this cost instead of doing all the labor myself for the same cost. And I left that fabric at the store. And I was a little bit stumped. I didn't know what I would do next. So I gave some thought over a few days, and I had a light bulb moment, and I went on SHEIN. Yes, I said it, SHEIN. I don't know if anybody shops there, and I might be pronouncing it incorrectly, but SHEIN, I will link it below. They have this product. This product transformed my couch all underneath $150. So I have a 3-section sectional, if that makes sense. There's 3 big cushions. And I thought in my head, what could I get that'll be inexpensive and look nice still? And I thought about seat covers. Seat covers, slip covers, whatever you may call it. And I said, I always see people use that whenever they want to cover up certain parts of the couch that is undesirable. It might be worn out, you might have kids. So people just get a slip cover or chair cover and put it on top and call it a day. I don't like how that looks. And I don't like how it looks, meaning some people get one big old pillowcase, or not pillowcase, but couch cover, slip, and they put it on 2 pillows instead of 1. Or they might put it on 3 pillows instead of 1. So it's this big old sheet looking thing. Sometimes it's, you know, it's not tight enough, so you see all the wrinkles and crinkles in the cover. I don't like it. You sit on one piece of the couch seat, the other seat starts poking through. You can see that it's not, they're joined all underneath one case, and I don't like that look. I wanted a couch that would look like it came like this, like I bought it like this. Not that I put a slip cover on it. A seat cover for each seat. I'm gonna make sure it's tightly wrapped around that seat so it looks like it was actually made this way. And I'm gonna do that to the back of the couch and the sides. And that's exactly what I did. And I'm gonna show you guys what I did in this video next. Also, I wanna put it out there, I'm sorry. I did not record myself doing the actual DIY and I regret it. But I'll give in full detail what I used and how I used it and how many seat covers I got. The only materials I needed for this DIY was a staple gun. It doesn't have to be an expensive one, it can be a basic one. I have a Stanley staple gun that I will link below. I believe, to my remembrance, it was less than $20. Some staples to go with it. I also used a hand sewing needle, and I also used nylon thread. Nylon thread that you can get on a spool for sewing at Walmart for less than $1, maybe a couple cents. And I specifically say nylon thread because if you get regular thread, it will break. When you try to go through this fabric and try to go through any couch fabric that's really durable, it will break. I realized that, and I was very frustrated because I had to go back out to Walmart and get the nylon thread that is very, very durable. It's meant for upholstery. So nylon thread, I said Stanley staple gun, the staples, and an actual hand sewing needle. Those are the 4 tools I used. Oh, and of course, scissors. The 5 tools I used in this project when it comes to redoing my couch, and that is it. I wish I had recorded myself while I was doing this DIY. I truly regret it. I did record some at the beginning, but I soon after gave up since the project did take a few days. And I didn't know how it was gonna come out on camera, but I'm happy that I'm able to kind of explain this to you all now, but I do apologize for not recording it. So what I did do was as you see in this one part right here, I used a staple gun. It is not by any means necessarily the neatest project ever, but the thing is, who's gonna look at that except for me? Unless somebody's really, really nosy and lifts up the couch seat, nobody's gonna see the staples that are underneath to hold this up. And I also decided to sew the cases onto the actual couch pillow. For the very back of the couch, I was able to use the 4-seater pieces long ways, and I was able to, it's very, very stretchy. So I was able to take the top of the sheet and staple gun it to the inside of my couch, which as you see is very. It does have a wooden frame, which is perfect because that is how I use my staple gun to staple the fabric onto that and secure it. And it does look a little bit of a mess, but nobody's gonna be able to see that once I put down the seat cover like this. And nobody's gonna see it but me. So this pretty much wraps up how I transformed this couch from this to this, all under $150, and I'm so proud of myself. I will also link all the tools I used for this project in my description box below, and I'll also throw in a link for the rug I have in my living room so you all could get that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you love this video, and there will be much more to come when it comes to DIYing this house.